One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. These are the words of one of the world's most inspirational teenagers, Malala Yousafzai. When she was just 16, she shook the world with her cry, "Education first." Dear judges and my dearest friends, before I present my ideas on our topic, the human being and education, I would like to shed some light on the being called human and the game changer called education. To be human means, scientifically, the species called Homo sapiens. Physically, to have features like you or me or anyone in this room. And socially, to live and interact in a society. Then we have the intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and occupational dimensions. The key factor that binds all these dimensions into perfect harmony is education. It is the game changer. My personal favorite quote on education is the one from Albert Einstein. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Education is not just limited to read and write, going to school, or degrees from famous institutions. Yes, education is a never-ending process. It lives inside the educated human being to strive for progress, to think clearly, to develop tolerance, and to make life better for one's own self and others. The impact that education has on the life of human beings is tremendous. Education transforms a human being into a well-mannered, well-informed, and enlightened individual. Knowledge, innovation, creativity, financial stability, self-confidence, physical well-being are only few of the merits of being an educated human being. With good education, helping others, learning from mistakes, and taking good decisions becomes easy. But is the education system really perfect? I'm afraid not. Every day when I go to school, I think about those millions and millions of children who can't go to school because it's not accessible for them. Or they need to work because they need to feed themselves or their family. Or they need to hide because they're in war zones. Or they can't go to school because they're girls. Even those who can go to school, the quality of education depends on which family they come from and country. Sometimes education focuses on theory rather than practical life. The downsides in such people are that they continue to live in poverty, get cheated, or take wrong decisions. How do we resolve these issues? Well, yes, making education accessible for everyone must be on the top of the list for all nations. As we saw in COVID times, technology will help us too. Self-learning apps, custom-made courses, online education will help us make education more accessible, dynamic, at a suitable price and pace. Also, contributions from groups who take special efforts like building schools, funding education, and supporting children like Kinder for Kinder in Keli are all important in this direction. Last but far, far away from the least, please allow me to conclude with the words of the great Mahatma Gandhi. If we want to reach real peace in this world, we must start educating children. Thank you for listening to me and have a nice day.